We are here today in New York during Climate Week and the UN General Assembly, coming together with CEOs and executives from all walks of life to hear directly from them on how they can help to create sustainable impact through their businesses. Today we are speaking with Bureau Veritas, a global leader in quality, safety, and performance for nearly 200 years. This company plays a crucial role in almost everything we do, from the food we eat to the roads and bridges we drive on to the power we use, even inspecting the safety of nuclear power plants.
Hi Paul, I'm Hinda.
Paul, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Through independent tests, inspections, and verifications, Bureau Veritas drives trust between society, governments, and businesses, upholding the highest safety and sustainability standards.
For me, Climate Week is really where all the key actors will meet to discuss climate challenges and what solutions we need to work on. Right. Bureau Veritas is actually at the center of that.
With 83,000 employees and over 400,000 clients worldwide, their reach is truly unparalleled.
Being part of the conversation is really important for us. And that's why being this week here to meet with all these stakeholders is really critical.
CEO Hinda Gharbi now leads the company through a critical period of transformation, bringing a fresh perspective while keeping sustainability and integrity at the core of its global mission.
I think trust is critical in a world that is increasingly complex. This is really, in many ways, the nerve center for climate solutions.
Absolutely.
Lots of players.
So Bureau Veritas is a company that's almost 200 years old, a fascinating history, but I think it's a company that most people wouldn't really know about, even though it touches so many parts of the consumer experience. Tell me a little bit about the core services of Bureau Veritas and how it sort of impacts society.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. It's really quite unique, the way this company works. It's in everything. It's in the clothes you're wearing, the building we're in. We must have participated at some point to test or inspect or certify all these things. So we're everywhere, but we're not very visible. But we are actually working behind the scenes. We worked around risk, we worked around safety, we worked around quality for the last 195 years, and we took that knowledge and expanded it to different industries. We took it to the rail sector, we took it to the energy sector, to the building and construction sectors, to consumer, and it's really an ever-expanding reach within the economic activity, actually.
And when we're talking about ESG implementation, trust really is everything.
Absolutely. Trust is everything, because in the ESG world or sustainability world, or when we refer to sustainable development goals, we're really working on multiple fronts that impact people, that impact planet. And we need to be able that whatever is being claimed is actually done. So the trust becomes a cornerstone of this whole system around sustainability. We need to ensure that we are verifying, we're validating, and we're reporting. And that's an expectation, I would say, not only from a regulatory compliance perspective, but also from consumers and people about what is being done. Normally, it's around regulatory compliance and doing the right thing. This is about doing the right thing, but proving that you have done.
Really, what you're about is ensuring that these standards are grounded, that they're evidence and data-based, right? And then how are they reported and verified?
Absolutely. The sustainability will go hand in hand in many ways with digitalization, because we need to be sure that whatever is claimed is actually a true rendition, if you will, of what was done, and that people are assured that their consumer choice or their purchase or their investment is actually being put in something that actually is living up to those claims.
Right. So how is sustainability central to the company's mission and strategy, and how is the organization building leadership in this area?
So, I started by saying Bureau Veritas is a 195-year company, which really started around safety and management of risk. Mm-hmm. For me, sustainability is the new safety. Meaning it's a new requirement for any organization, for any product, for any asset to be sustainable, which means that we need to build competencies in every facet of the economy. So the way we decided to do this is we actually created a sustainability transverse practice in the company. And that transverse practice applies to all our vertical activities. We're in a market that covers many, many activities, as I explained earlier. And in that, we're developing capabilities to help our customers, not only with things like decarbonization, but we're also looking at their products, at the life cycle of their products, from cradle to grave. What is happening there? What is the traceability of materials within that? Going really deep in the supply chain. So these capabilities, you have to develop them in every sector, because the needs in the consumer space might not be the same as the needs in the building and infrastructure space, or in shipping.
So yeah, you're talking about, I mean, I think you're really driving home the point that this is completely transformative to the way almost every company has to think about how it's doing business, what are its core capabilities. But in many cases, they might not even know what their needs are. How is your approach to trust and transparency helping companies figure out what they need?
Look, absolutely. I think now with a few years of discussion around sustainability, a lot of companies, particularly large groups, are really realizing this is not about just complying with 5 things. This is about a deep transformation of their production systems, of their processes, of their footprint, of their supply chain. So they know they need help, and they need help first to define their strategy, because this is quite fundamental. Right. If you say, I want my products to actually have the label green, if you define that label, that means you have to look deep into your production flow and in your supply chain to actually validate that. Now they're getting in this stage where they want to operationalize that strategy, which means they have to ensure that their people, their systems, their plants are actually implementing these new practices. Right. And this is where we come in. We can come in at the advisory stage to a certain extent, but we will come in at the operationalization stage, because we need to help them put these practices in place, and in particular, inspect and validate that. And then, of course, we come in at the reporting end of all that. So I think companies now are very much focused on doing this, not because it's a regulatory compliance issue, it's because it's a competitive issue.
I'm curious about the LEAP 2028 vision that seems to be part of Bureau Veritas' plan to become a preferred partner for its customers.
What we are looking to do today is to say, this is a very competitive market. We're very proud of the relationships we have with our customers, but we want to go to the next level. We want to be the undisputed leader in this space, and we want to be the preferred partner. And the reason we're putting it around sustainability and excellence is because we've been working with our customers on excellence, on safety, on risk management, on quality for a very long time. But as I mentioned earlier, sustainability is a real transformation. Sure. And they need us to support them throughout the different stages of this transformation, and that as they progress on their journey. So we have thought really hard about how do we actually attain that? What does it take? And that's how we came up with our LEAP 28 strategy. And our strategy, in its simplest way, is about positioning our portfolio, our execution, and our people to help customers achieve indeed excellence and sustainability.
This is about investing in people.
Absolutely. Bureau Veritas is 83,000 people. 2/3 of our employees are experts. That goes from a PhD to engineers to technicians, and everyone has a deep expertise in whatever they do. So continuous learning is absolutely critical. Right. So we train our people all the time. We last year we had over 3 million hours of training, for example. That's roughly 36 hours per employee of training. But we continue to train people not only in the technical content, but also in other skills. And the basic of all this is we are a service company that uses people's knowledge to deliver solutions to our customers.
Tell me more about Bureau Veritas' long-term sustainability goals and really strategies to support global efforts against climate change.
So 2 things. The best way to think about how Bureau Veritas looks at sustainability, one is about the company itself, what we are doing as a company. And the second is what we are doing to help our customers and ultimately help the world. So when it comes to sustainability strategy, our CSR, corporate social responsibility programs are really about making sure we are decarbonizing, a variety of tactics being used, but probably very important to mention that we are greening our fleet, switching to low emission vehicles. We are working on increasing our renewables consumption, and we are also looking at all aspects of social and governance in that whole ESG framework. We have absolutes of safety, of ethics, and on financial controls, which really defines how our people work. And how do they contribute, and what are the frameworks of reference that they work with. Now, if we pivot to what we're doing for the customers, for the customers, really the key thing is to develop the expertise, the know-how, the people, and to be available wherever they need us. Just to give you an example, if you're a global customer, a food company today, you might have plants that actually manufacture your food around the world. You need a company that can go anywhere in the world. We operate in 140 countries.
Wow.
We can just look at the supply chain of a particular company and address whatever the needs they have anywhere in the world. So we're doing that. We have the footprint, but also the tools, digital technologies to help bring that transparency and traceability.
Well, this has been a fascinating discussion. I've learned a lot about how this company works and how it touches so many parts of our lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I appreciated the discussion. Thank you.
Shaping the world of trust has been the core mission of Bureau Veritas throughout its storied history. In fact, the company has been something like the blockchain of the last 2 centuries through physical inspections and certifications. But today, Bureau Veritas is expanding its capabilities to encompass digital trust, data, and technology to provide deeper insights and to drive the sustainability agenda for companies, governments, and consumers around the world.